Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Courtney Jane Solo. I would like to welcome you guys to the third episode of Game Show News. I am so happy that you can come and join me today. Here, on Game Show News, I will be bringing you some news about what went on game shows, past or present. For all of you game show fans out there, there will be some game show news I will present with some of the most exciting wins. But there will also be some heartbreaking or disappointing losses I will present as well. I know, I don't want to share disappointing losses. But that's my job on Game Show News as the host of this new news broadcast. And you know what they say. You win some, you lose some. But that's how games and game shows work. Some people win and some people lose. And then aside from that, once in a while, I will give potential updates on where the hosts and or contestants are now. And when I present Game Show News, I will only be telling you guys about what went on game shows. Because unfortunately, due to copyright reasons, I will not be showing or uploading any game show clips without YouTube's approval. Because if YouTube finds a game show video clip on which it might infringe on copyright, then the video will be taken down and there will be a copyright strike. And as many of you know, but if you haven't, 3 copyright strikes will result in the channel termination. So, I am going to make sure this does not happen. Okay everybody, here we go with episode 3 of Game Show News. Enjoy! The first game show news headline is going to be a sad one. Sam Rubin, an American journalist who hosted the KTLA Morning News since July the 8th, 1991, has passed away at the age of 64 from a heart attack on May the 10th, 2024. Before Sam Rubin became a television journalist and the host of KTLA Morning News, Sam became a contestant on the new $25,000 pyramid back in 1983. So, in honor of his passing, game show host Wink Martindale hosted up an episode of Sam Rubin on the new $25,000 pyramid on his YouTube channel. The host was Dick Clark. The celebrity guests in the episode were Lynn Redgrave from Teachers Only and Charles Sibbett from Trapper John MD. Sam's opponent was Laurie Andrews. She had a part-time job at a bookstore and is a mother of 2 children, a daughter named Ginger, who was 9 years old, and a son named Brian, who was 6. For the first game, Sam played with Lynn Redgrave, and Laurie played with Charles Sibbett. Laurie had won the first game with a score of 16-15 in the main game. In the winner's circle, she won $750 in cash, and she came so close to winning $10,000 during the first winner's circle round. It was the 6th and final subject at the top of the pyramid. The subject was, "It comes in sheets." Charles Sibbett came up with a couple great clues with his subject, such as paper and bed linens. And here is the sad part about it. Laurie did say the word sheets, but had said the word 1 second after the buzzer. In the second game, Sam played with Charles, and Laurie played with Lynn. And for this second game, if Laurie wins, she will go back to the winner's circle, and she will play for $25,000. And if Sam wins, then he will go to the winner's circle and play for $10,000. Both Sam and Laurie have tied for the second game, but Sam had won the game in the tie-breaking situation. The tie-breaking situation was, one player had to get all 7 subjects in the fastest time, and Sam won by getting all 7 subjects in 24 seconds, while Laurie got all 7 subjects in 25 seconds. So Sam won in the fastest time by only 1 second. Wow! Sam went to the winner's circle and won $500. The subjects that he got were types of beds for $100, why you get seasick for $150, and parts of a script for $250. The subjects that he missed were parts of a railroad, something that's kissed, and things with a flap. Laurie became the winner with $750 and came back in the next episode, while Sam left the show with $500. Although that Sam lost, he did win a trip to Hong Kong in a special Mystery 7 round, where he got 7 subjects in a row by picking the Mystery 7 and winning a trip to Hong Kong. Sam, you played an amazing game of the new $25,000 pyramid. I watched your episode on YouTube. It was a great show. You will be missed, and may you rest in peace. And I would like to give a big thank you to Wink Martindale for posting the episode. I enjoyed watching Sam Rubin's appearance on the new $25,000 pyramid. Alright, here we go with the next game show news headline that I am excited about. On Wednesday, July the 10th, 2024, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire returned to ABC for a new season, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel. But not only that, this was also the season to celebrate 25 years of the show that began in the United States on August the 16th, 1999. The first thing that we've seen, as Jimmy Kimmel was walking to the stage at the beginning of the show, was a studio audience. And this is the first season to have a studio audience since the cancellation of the syndicated version hosted by Chris Harrison, who was also the host of The Bachelor, on Friday, May the 31st, 2019. And this was also Jimmy Kimmel's first show to have an audience, as well as the return of Ask the Audience for a Lifeline. The reason why Jimmy Kimmel did not have a studio audience for his first 2 seasons, along with no Ask the Audience for a Lifeline, was because, and I know a lot of you know about this, but if you haven't, it was due to the COVID-19 pandemic that went on throughout most of 2020 and in early 2021. Jimmy's first episode aired as the host was on April the 8th, 2020. A lot of exciting things happened during the season premiere. The first celebrity contestants for the new season were actors and comedians and longtime friends John Mulaney and Nick Kroll, the stars of the adult animated comedy show Big Mouth on Netflix. John Mulaney was playing for The Innocence Project. The Innocence Project is a charity where people help overturn or end wrongful convictions and to help the innocent people get them out of death row and to create a fair, compassionate, and equitable systems of justice for everyone. The Innocence Project was founded in 1992 in New York City. And Nick Kroll was playing for Comedy vs. Cancer. Comedy vs. Cancer is a charity sponsored by the Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, where stand-up comedians perform to raise money for blood cancer. Now, here is something that I would like to share before I tell you how much money John and Nick have won. John and Nick had fun with the 11th question, valued at $64,000. And the question went on for about 6 minutes in airtime. I enjoyed this question myself. Here was the question. Which of these statements is true about the giant stoneheads that dot the landscape of Chile's Easter Island? A. Originally, they were homes. B. Only 5 are still intact. C. They all face due west. Or D. They also have bodies. Both John and Nick were thinking that it was either B. Only 5 are still intact, or C. They all face due west. Nick wanted to go with C. They all face due west on this question, but both he and John wanted to take 50-50 to see if either B or C is still there. And, believe it or not, they took away the answers, both B, only 5 are still intact, and C, they all face due west. The 2 answers that they were both thinking of, leaving the answers A, originally there were homes, and D, they also have bodies, on the board. And the crowd responded with a groan and an applause. And then John asked Jimmy if they can use the 50-50 again. So then, John and Nick decide to use their phone a friend to call Jon Stewart, the host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central. John Mulaney, Nick Kroll, and Jon Stewart, along with Jimmy Kimmel, had a lot of fun during the phone a friend segment. They all talked for about a minute before the question was read to Jon Stewart. And then during the 30 seconds, John Mulaney read the question with the 2 possible answers. Then, Jon Stewart said that he had no idea. And everybody responded with a laugh and an applause. Sorry about the laugh. I told you this was going to be an exciting headline. Then, Nick told Jimmy they should have gone with Trevor Noah as their phone a friend. So after Jon Stewart was unsuccessful at helping out John and Nick, the duo were going to answer A, originally there were homes, but they decided to ask the audience first. The audience results were 70% have went with D, they also have bodies, while the other 30% said A, originally there were homes. And finally, after 6 minutes in airtime, John and Nick decide to go with the audience and answer with D, they also have bodies, as their final answer, and got the question right for $64,000. Unfortunately, John and Nick missed out on their $125,000 question and went back down to $32,000 after an unsuccessful Ask the Host attempt in getting the question right. John and Nick won $32,000 for both of their charities after missing out on their $125,000 question. John and Nick, you have played one whale of a game. Plus you made the episode exciting and fun. Enjoy the $32,000 for both of your charities. Before Millionaire introduced the next 2 celebrity contestants, they showed a video clip of the original Millionaire with Regis Philbin, aired on November the 19th, 1999, where John Carpenter, an Internal Revenue Service agent from Hamden, Connecticut, became the first $1 million winner in all the versions of the Millionaire franchise. And that $1 million win is most memorable for John to call his father by using his phone a friend and saying he does not need his help and letting him know he was going to win $1 million. And, you guessed it, John Carpenter made a guest appearance in the studio audience. Here is an update. John still works for the IRS in the state of Connecticut. And after he won the $1 million back in 1999, believe it or not, and I know I keep saying it, but what I'm about to say is true. He had to give approximately $400,000 to the people that he works for, as well as the state of Connecticut. And after John made a cameo, they introduced the famous Nickelodeon duo who starred in the movie Good Burger 2 last year, Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell, and they've been friends for more than 30 years. Kenan Thompson was playing for the Christian Rivera Foundation. The Christian Rivera Foundation was founded by Christian's father, John Rivera. John started this charity because he lost his son at 6 years old to brain tumor. And this charity is for people to help raise money for a rare brain tumor disease called diffuse intrinsic polyglioma. And Kel Mitchell was playing for the National College Resources Foundation. The National College Resources Foundation is a non-profit charity where scholarships are given on the spot for kids and help students by getting in to a college expo in Los Angeles. Keenan and Kel won $32,000 for both of their charities after they missed out on their $64,000 question. And I have to say, even though that Keenan and Kel missed their question, $32,000 is still a nice amount of money for both of their charities. Well done, Keenan and Kel. And I enjoyed the new Good Burger movie from last year too. Alright, here we go with the next game show news headline. The next game show news headline that I want to talk to you guys about is from Jeopardy. Aired on June the 19th, 2024. The contestants were returning champion Adriana Harmeyer with $349,600 after winning 15 games. She is an archivist from West Lafayette, Indiana. Next was Drew Basile. He is a graduate student from Birmingham, Michigan. And lastly was Tekla Sota. She is a non-profit strategist from Chicago, Illinois. Here is what happened during the Double Jeopardy round. The score was Adriana in the lead with $12,900. Drew was in second place by only $100 behind Adriana with $12,800, and Tekla in third place with $4,400. For this portion of the game, it was Drew's turn to pick. He selected historic ships for $1,200, and before Ken Jennings reads the answer, the screen showed that there was the Daily Double. After Drew found the Daily Double, he makes a wager of $10,000. Here was the answer to the Daily Double, the world's largest aircraft carrier. For 10 years, it was built, starting in October 1943, and named for a battle 16 months before. Then, Drew took a deep breath and responded, "What is Midway?" And he got it right, bringing his score to $22,800. At the end of the game, Drew ended up becoming the new champion, winning $23,482. Tekla finished in second place and took home $3,000. And 15-time champion Adriana finished in third place and got a $2,000 consolation, bringing her total winnings to $351,600. You know, I almost forgot. Here was what Drew did in Final Jeopardy. In Final Jeopardy, Drew wrote down what is Jeopardy to his Final Jeopardy answer. In 1978, a new cologne for men came out called This What's Being Played in the company's iconic logo. The correct response is, what is Polo? It was correctly guessed by Tekla. After Drew wrote, what is Jeopardy, host Ken Jennings jokingly asks, what would it smell like? Flop sweat. That was good humor right there. And here is a quick update. Drew won 7 games, and a total of $129,601. In his 8th game, he lost against a contestant named Kat Pisa-Corno, who is a nurse from New York. Drew finished in second place on June the 28th, 2024, and got the $3,000 consolation, bringing his winnings to $132,601. Drew, congratulations on winning over $100,000. And I enjoyed watching that $10,000 gamble on your Daily Double, including that funny Final Jeopardy response on your first game. Good luck in the Tournament of Champions when you come back. Also, to Adriana, good luck to you in the Tournament of Champions as well. And congratulations on your 15 games and over $300,000. Alright, here we go with the next game show news headline. On Tuesday, July the 16th, 2024, Ryan Seacrest posted up a video clip of himself arriving at the set of Wheel of Fortune at Sony Pictures in Culver City, California, for his first taping day on Instagram. The video showed Ryan arriving at Sony Pictures, meeting with the producers, and before he walked in, he said his heart was pounding because he was so excited. He also got to wave to a poster of Pat and Vanna outside. Inside, Ryan got to spin the wheel, and said that the wheel sounded soothing when he spun. Then, Ryan got to go backstage, and got to see older video clips of the show. One of those video clips is where Pat and Vanna pie each other in the faces at the end of an episode. He also got to stand by a cardboard photo of Pat and Vanna, and asks, "Who's taller?" He then points to the cardboard Pat, and said, "He is." Shocker. And there is also a lot of cool memorabilia backstage, like a Wheel of Fortune pillow, one of Vanna's dresses, an Emmy for Outstanding Game Show, plus a Guinness World Record, where Pat Sajak set a record for the longest game show host to host the same show back in 2019. And at the end of the video, Ryan was trying to do a jump, but he couldn't. So instead, he got to skip his way out with joy. Ryan, good luck to you on your first season as host of Wheel of Fortune. Season 42 will premiere on Monday, September the 9th, 2024. And I would like to give you guys a quick update about Celebrity Wheel of Fortune. Although that Pat Sajak hosted his last episode of the current syndicated version of Wheel on June the 7th, 2024, it is announced that Pat Sajak will be hosting Celebrity Wheel of Fortune for Season 5. Season 5 of Celebrity Wheel of Fortune will premiere on Monday, October the 7th, 2024 on ABC. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up game show news for this week. Please tune in next time, where I am going to have more game show news headlines in stores for you, past or present. Thank you guys for tuning in to episode 3 this week. I will see you next time for episode 4 of Game Show News. You all have a great day. Bye bye. Hi everyone. Thank you all for tuning in to Game Show News on the Plotagon 9133 channel. If you liked today's episode of Game Show News, please give this video a thumbs up. And then if you really like Game Show News or any other video on this channel, please subscribe for more content. Okay everybody. You all have a great day. Thanks for watching.